Imagine waking up every morning to breathtaking views, sipping coffee on your porch while the world moves at its usual frantic pace. But you? You found your slice of peace. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, it's more real than you think. The USA is packed with hidden gems where retirement isn't just about slowing down. It's about living life to the fullest in the most beautiful and serene settings. From charming coastal towns to quiet mountain retreats, these places offer not just stunning landscapes but also affordability, great healthcare, and a relaxed lifestyle. And trust me, you'll want to stay till the end. Our number one pick is a place you probably never considered, but once you do, you'll wonder why you didn't move there sooner. Sedona, Arizona. Close your eyes and imagine waking up to a sunrise that paints the red rocks in shades of fiery orange and deep purple. That's Sedona, where the scenery alone feels like a daily dose of meditation. This high desert oasis isn't just a tourist spot. It's a dream retirement destination for those who crave tranquility, natural beauty, and a touch of spiritual energy. Nestled between Phoenix and the Grand Canyon, Sedona is famous for its breathtaking red rock formations, endless hiking trails, and an artsy, small-town vibe. It's the kind of place where mornings start with a peaceful walk among towering sandstone cliffs, and evenings end with a stunning desert sunset. The town's mild winters and dry climate make it a haven for those looking to escape harsh weather and enjoy outdoor activities year-round. But Sedona isn't just about scenery. The community here is something special. Whether you're into yoga, art, hiking, or just sipping coffee while watching the world go by, you'll find like-minded people. The town has a thriving art scene, with over 80 galleries and studios, plus countless festivals celebrating everything from film to Native American culture. And let's not forget the legendary Sedona vortexes, energy centers that some believe have healing properties. Even if you're skeptical, there's no denying that this place just feels good for the soul. Now, what's the price of paradise? The cost of living in Sedona is about 14% higher than the national average, and home prices hover around $700,000. It's not cheap, but Arizona doesn't tax Social Security income, and property taxes are relatively low, making it a financially reasonable choice for retirees. Plus, if you love peace and quiet, you're in luck. Sedona enforces strict light pollution laws, so at night, you'll see a sky full of stars instead of city lights. The downsides? Tourism. Millions of visitors pass through Sedona each year, which means the town can get crowded and traffic can be a headache. But if you don't mind sharing your slice of heaven with a few extra people, Sedona offers a retirement lifestyle that's nothing short of magical. Beaufort, South Carolina. What if retirement meant waking up to the sound of gentle waves, sipping coffee on a wraparound porch, and strolling through streets lined with ancient oaks draped in Spanish moss? Welcome to Beaufort, South Carolina, a charming coastal town that feels like stepping into a southern dream. If you're looking for a quiet, picturesque retreat with deep history, warm hospitality, and endless waterfront views, this low-country gem might be calling your name. Beaufort is often compared to Charleston or Savannah, but without the crowds or high price tags. The town is small, only about 13,000 residents, but packed with charm. The historic district is straight out of a movie, quite literally. Films like Forrest Gump and The Big Chill were shot here. Walk down Bay Street, and you'll find beautifully preserved antebellum mansions, boutique shops, and local seafood restaurants serving the freshest shrimp and oysters you've ever tasted. And let's not forget Hunting Island State Park, a pristine, undeveloped beach just 20 minutes away, perfect for long walks and dolphin spotting. But life in Beaufort isn't just about soaking in the scenery. The town has a strong sense of community, with year-round festivals, farmers markets, and local concerts. Love fishing or boating? With access to both the Atlantic Ocean and the Intracoastal Waterway, Beaufort is a paradise for water lovers. And if you prefer a more laid-back lifestyle, simply enjoy the mild weather. Winters here are short and rarely dip below 40 degrees Celsius, making it one of the most comfortable climates for retirees. Financially, South Carolina is incredibly retiree-friendly. There's no tax on Social Security benefits, property taxes are low, and the overall cost of living is 8% below the national average. A charming home near the water can still be found for around $450,000, which is a steal compared to other coastal cities. The only downside? Summers can get humid, and hurricanes are always a possibility. But if you're dreaming of a peaceful storybook retirement with ocean breezes and southern charm, Beaufort might just be your perfect match. Greenville, South Carolina. What if you could retire in a place that feels like a hidden gem? Small enough to have that friendly hometown charm, but big enough to keep life interesting. Welcome to Greenville, South Carolina, a city that has quietly transformed into one of the best places to retire in the U.S. With its picturesque downtown, mild climate, and surprisingly low cost of living, Greenville is where relaxation meets excitement. Let's start with the setting. Greenville isn't just another southern town. It's a green oasis nestled in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains. Picture tree-lined streets, scenic walking trails, and waterfalls right in the middle of downtown. Yes, really. Falls Park on the Reedy is a must-see. The Swamp Rabbit Trail, a 22-mile paved path, makes Greenville a dream for walkers, bikers, and anyone who loves the outdoors. But this city isn't just about nature. It's packed with energy. Downtown Greenville has been completely revitalized over the last decade, and now it's a vibrant hub of restaurants, shops, and live entertainment. From upscale dining to hole-in-the-wall barbecue joints, the food scene is top-notch. Love live music? The Peace Center hosts everything from Broadway shows to local jazz nights. And if you're a sports fan, you can catch a Greenville Drive baseball game. This city loves its local teams. Now, let's talk affordability. South Carolina is one of the most tax-friendly states for retirees, with no tax on Social Security benefits and low property taxes. The cost of living in Greenville is 8% lower than the national average, and you can still find a charming home for around $400,000. Compared to other growing cities, that's a bargain. Of course, no place is perfect. Greenville's summers can get hot and humid, and the rapid growth means traffic has increased in recent years. But with a lively downtown, stunning scenery, and a low cost of living, Greenville is the kind of place where retirement doesn't just mean slowing down, it means enjoying every moment. Bozeman, Montana. If your idea of retirement bliss includes fresh mountain air, wide open spaces, and a community that feels like one big friendly neighborhood, Bozeman might just be your perfect match. Tucked away in the Rocky Mountains, this Montana gem offers breathtaking scenery, a relaxed pace of life, and enough outdoor activities to keep you feeling young forever. Picture this: crisp mornings with a cup of coffee on your porch, overlooking snow-capped peaks. Afternoons spent fly fishing in crystal-clear rivers or hiking through wildflower-covered trails. And evenings? They're for stargazing. Montana's big sky isn't just a saying, it's a spectacle. Bozeman's biggest draw is its access to nature. Yellowstone National Park is just a short drive away, offering everything from geysers to grizzly bears. In winter, retirees who love skiing can hit the slopes at Big Sky Resort, while those who prefer a cozy fireside retreat can enjoy the town's many charming cafes and bookstores. Plus, with 300 days of sunshine a year, even the cold months feel bright and welcoming. But what about the cost? Montana is one of the few states with no sales tax, which helps balance out the slightly higher than average cost of living. The median home price in Bozeman hovers around $700,000, a reflection of the town's growing popularity. That said, Montana doesn't tax Social Security benefits, and property taxes are relatively low, making it an attractive financial option for retirees looking to maximize their savings. Beyond the scenery, Bozeman has a thriving arts and culture scene, thanks in part to Montana State University. From local theater productions to lively farmers markets, there's always something happening. And if you love a good craft beer, Bozeman's microbrewery scene is one of the best in the West. The one downside? Growth. Bozeman's beauty has attracted plenty of new residents, which means rising home prices and some traffic congestion. But if you can handle a bit of change, this town offers a peaceful, adventure-filled retirement like no other. Asheville, North Carolina. Picture this: rolling blue mountains stretching as far as the eye can see, streets filled with art, music, and the irresistible scent of fresh-baked sourdough. Welcome to Asheville, the little mountain city that feels like it was made for retirement bliss. Tucked away in the Blue Ridge Mountains, Asheville is the perfect mix of nature, culture, and affordability. The city's historic downtown is a treasure trove of quirky boutiques, farm-to-table restaurants, and cozy cafes where you can spend hours people-watching. And let's talk about the food. This place is a paradise for food lovers. With one of the highest restaurant-to-resident ratios in the country, you'll never run out of new flavors to try. But Asheville isn't just about indulgence. It's also an outdoor enthusiast's dream. Imagine spending your mornings hiking along the Blue Ridge Parkway, afternoons strolling through the lush gardens of the Biltmore Estate, and evenings enjoying live bluegrass music at a local brewery. The city gets all 4 seasons, but winters are mild, just enough snow to make the mountains look magical without turning your driveway into an ice rink. Now, let's talk numbers. The cost of living here is about 4% higher than the national average, but it's worth it. The median home price sits around $450,000. And while that might sound steep, it's still cheaper than many big retirement destinations like California or Florida. Plus, North Carolina doesn't tax Social Security benefits, and property taxes are relatively low. One of Asheville's biggest draws? Its welcoming, laid-back community. This isn't the kind of place where people rush past each other with their heads buried in their phones. Here, neighbors stop to chat, and it's not uncommon to make new friends while sipping craft beer on a brewery patio. Of course, no place is perfect. The city's popularity has led to an increase in housing prices, and yes, tourists flock here year-round. But if you can handle the occasional crowd and don't mind paying a little extra for top-notch quality of life, Asheville just might be your retirement dream come true. Santa Fe, New Mexico. What if retirement felt like an art-filled desert escape, where every sunset looked like a painting and every street held centuries of history? Welcome to Santa Fe, New Mexico, a city that blends rich culture, breathtaking landscapes, and a relaxed pace of life. If you're looking for a peaceful yet vibrant place to spend your golden years, Santa Fe might just be your dream destination. Let's start with the atmosphere. Santa Fe isn't just a city, it's an experience. Known as the City Different, it's famous for its adobe architecture, colorful markets, and creative energy. Picture yourself strolling through the historic plaza, sipping a chili-infused hot chocolate while admiring local artisans selling hand-woven textiles and turquoise jewelry. And when the sun sets, the Sangre de Cristo Mountains glow in shades of pink and orange, turning every evening into a masterpiece. Santa Fe is also an artist's paradise. Home to over 250 galleries, it has one of the most vibrant art scenes in the country. Love museums? The Georgia O'Keeffe Museum and the Museum of International Folk Art are just a few must-visits. And if you're a fan of unique experiences, Meow Wolf, an immersive, mind-bending art installation, will leave you speechless. Now, let's talk finances. New Mexico offers a relatively low cost of living, with Santa Fe's median home price hovering around $500 to $25,000. Not bad for a city this stunning. While property taxes are low, the state does tax Social Security income, so that's something to consider. However, everyday expenses, including groceries and healthcare, are below the national average, making Santa Fe a smart choice for retirees looking to stretch their savings. Of course, no place is perfect. Summers can get hot, and the city sits at 7,200 feet elevation, which takes some getting used to. But with its world-class cuisine, stunning desert scenery, and endless opportunities for art and culture, Santa Fe offers a retirement that's as inspiring as it is peaceful. St. Augustine, Florida. What if retirement felt like a permanent vacation in a charming coastal town rich with history, warm breezes, and endless ocean views? Welcome to St. Augustine, Florida, the oldest city in the U.S., where Spanish colonial architecture meets pristine beaches, and every street tells a story. If you're looking for a peaceful yet vibrant place to spend your golden years, St. Augustine might be the perfect fit. Let's start with the scenery. St. Augustine sits on Florida's northeast coast, where cobblestone streets wind past centuries-old buildings and horse-drawn carriages clip-clop through the historic district. The town is home to stunning landmarks like Castillo de San Marcos, a 17th-century fortress overlooking Matanzas Bay, and Flagler College, an architectural masterpiece that looks like a European palace. And just minutes away, miles of white sand beaches, including the serene shores of Anastasia State Park, where you can kayak, fish, or simply soak up the sun. But St. Augustine isn't just about history and beaches. It's a lively, welcoming community. The downtown area is filled with quaint cafes, art galleries, and live music venues, making every day feel like a celebration. Love food? This city is packed with incredible seafood spots, from casual fish shacks to upscale waterfront dining. And if you're a golfer, you're in luck. The World Golf Hall of Fame is right nearby, with world-class courses that make every round unforgettable. Financially, Florida is one of the best states for retirees, thanks to its no state income tax, which means no tax on Social Security or retirement income. Property taxes are reasonable, and while home prices have risen, you can still find a charming house for around $450,000, a steal compared to other Florida coastal cities. Plus, the cost of living is 5% below the national average, making St. Augustine an affordable slice of paradise. Of course, summers here can be hot and humid, and being on the coast means hurricanes are always a consideration. But if you're dreaming of a retirement filled with sunshine, history, and laid-back coastal charm, St. Augustine might just be the perfect place to start your next adventure. Sarasota, Florida. What if retirement felt like a never-ending vacation? Welcome to Sarasota, a coastal paradise where powdery white beaches, warm turquoise waters, and a laid-back lifestyle make every day feel like a getaway. If you've ever dreamed of retiring somewhere with endless sunshine, a thriving art scene, and some of the best beaches in the world, Sarasota is calling your name. Let's start with the obvious, Siesta Key Beach. With its 99% pure quartz sand, this beach isn't just stunning. It's scientifically proven to stay cool underfoot, making those sunset walks along the shore even more magical. But Sarasota is more than just a beach town. It's a hub for culture, with the world-renowned Ringling Museum of Art, an opera house, and a ballet company that rivals those in much bigger cities. If you love theater, music, or fine dining, you'll never run out of things to do. Now, let's talk numbers. Florida has no state income tax, which means your retirement savings go further. The median home price in Sarasota is around $500,000, which is reasonable for a city with this much to offer. Plus, the overall cost of living is only about 4% above the national average, making it one of the more affordable beach destinations for retirees. And then there's the weather. With 251 sunny days per year, you can forget about snow shovels and heavy coats. Instead, your biggest winter concern will be whether to wear sandals or go barefoot. The warm Gulf waters also mean you can enjoy swimming, boating, and fishing year-round. But of course, no place is perfect. The humidity can be intense in the summer, and yes, you'll have to deal with the occasional hurricane warning. Also, Sarasota's growing popularity has led to some traffic congestion, especially in peak tourist season. But for those who love the idea of a relaxed, beachy retirement with plenty of culture and no state income tax, Sarasota is hard to beat. Charleston, South Carolina. Step into Charleston, and it feels like you've traveled back in time. Cobblestone streets, pastel-colored mansions, and the scent of saltwater drifting in from the harbor. This southern gem isn't just stunning. It's the kind of place that instantly makes you feel at home. With its rich history, warm hospitality, and unbeatable coastal charm, Charleston is one of the most peaceful and picturesque places to retire in the U.S. Let's talk lifestyle. Imagine starting your mornings with a leisurely walk along the Battery, where the ocean breeze mixes with the scent of blooming jasmine. You grab a cup of locally roasted coffee, stroll past centuries-old oak trees draped in Spanish moss, and maybe stop for a fresh seafood lunch at a waterfront cafe. Sounds like a dream? For Charleston retirees, it's just another Tuesday. But this city isn't just about charm. It's also surprisingly affordable. South Carolina offers some of the lowest property taxes in the country, and the state does not tax Social Security benefits. The overall cost of living is about 5% lower than the national average, and while home prices have been rising, the median sits around $550,000. For a coastal city with this much beauty and history, that's a steal compared to places like California or Florida. Of course, you'll never run out of things to do here. Charleston is a paradise for history buffs. With well-preserved plantations, historic forts, and one of the oldest public markets in the U.S. love food? You're in for a treat. Charleston's culinary scene is legendary, from shrimp and grits to fresh oysters straight from the bay. And if you're into arts and culture, the city is packed with galleries, theaters, and year-round festivals celebrating everything from jazz to literature. The only downside? Humidity. Summers here can be hot and sticky, but the ocean breeze helps, and the mild winters more than make up for it. Plus, with so many gorgeous beaches just a short drive away, Folly Beach, Sullivan's Island, Isle of Palms, you can always cool off with a quick dip in the Atlantic. If you're looking for a retirement spot with character, coastal beauty, and a warm, welcoming community, Charleston might just steal your heart. Bend, Oregon. Imagine waking up to crisp mountain air, grabbing a fresh brewed coffee from a local roastery, and stepping outside to see the sun rising over snow-capped peaks. Welcome to Bend, Oregon, a hidden gem that blends outdoor adventure with small-town charm. If you're looking for a peaceful yet exciting retirement spot, where every day feels like an invitation to explore, Bend might be the perfect fit. Nestled in the heart of Central Oregon, Bend is a paradise for nature lovers. With over 300 days of sunshine a year, you can hike, bike, or kayak whenever the mood strikes. The Deschutes River winds through town, offering endless opportunities for fishing and paddleboarding, while nearby Mount Bachelor provides some of the best skiing in the Pacific Northwest. And let's not forget the more than 80 miles of scenic trails right in town, perfect for a morning walk or an afternoon adventure. But Bend isn't just for the outdoorsy types. This city has a laid-back, welcoming vibe with a thriving art scene, live music, and plenty of cozy cafes to relax in. The craft beer culture here is legendary, with over 30 breweries, giving Bend the nickname Beer City, USA. Whether you prefer sipping a locally brewed IPA by the river or enjoying farm-to-table dining with mountain views, Bend delivers. Now, let's talk cost. Oregon doesn't tax Social Security income, which is great for retirees. However, the cost of living is slightly higher than the national average, and the median home price sits around $700,000. That said, property taxes are relatively low, and with so many free outdoor activities, you won't have to spend much to enjoy life here. The downside? While summers are warm and dry, winters can be snowy. But if you love the idea of cozying up by a fireplace while the flakes fall outside, you'll feel right at home. Plus, with its friendly community, incredible scenery, and endless things to do, Bend makes for a retirement spot that's as peaceful as it is exciting.